Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I would like to share about one area about why companies, especially in recent years, decided to somehow implement energy management system for the company until they get certified. As the service provider, okay. Sometimes I was asked, by my fellow industry player, even sometimes by somebody in the industry, why company getting certified? I've been in this particular service for the past 10 years, helping company to get certified for ISO50001 and the management system. Before I do this, right, I was involved in various capacity in the energy efficiency industry, I also involved in the energy saving projects and was conducting energy audit and all that. But I think over the total 26 years of my experience, okay, in this industry, the reason companies moving towards energy efficiency or now energy management system is not really mainly due to the energy cost saving. It's quite surprising, right? Okay, because most company during good times, they have enough cash, they have business is good, they don't have problem to pay the bill. So energy savings, energy cost reductions, it's not really important to them, especially for companies when their operating costs, energy costs compared to the overall operating cost. Energy is maybe 3%, less than 5%. It's nothing to them, especially company with revenue of billions, per year, hundreds of millions a year. When energy just less than 5%, energy cost saving is not their motivation mainly, especially Malaysian companies. That's the fact. Okay, so why they are doing that? Especially recent years. This is the question that is I don't know what the particular reason, but I'm sharing based on my personal experience in this industry, meeting directly, getting directly the feedback, through the communication with my clients. For example, when company, okay, decided to go for ISO 50001, okay, mainly, okay, I can say mainly from my experience, this is because of their corporate decisions. As a business decisions, they must get certified. Okay, because some company, because they have certified for everything else, quality, environment, and so-called safety and all that. Okay, it's somehow it's quite sensible for them to get another certification, which is energy, that mainly can help their business, okay, in the form of getting more recognition by the clients, entering, meeting up the requirement for certain markets as evidence, of their best practices. For example, okay, after the SDG documents, SDG, Sustainable Development Documents, was published in 2015, there are 17 goals in that document, SDG, okay, 17 goals. After that, there are some requirement by market, by some kind of regulatory body like the Bursa and all that, right? For them to declare their commitment in reaching that goals. Okay, if you look at the document, there are some requirement in the goals are related to energy. Among them, goals number 7, about the supply of greener and more affordable energy, and then goal number 11 about the smart buildings and all that, and then goal number 12 responsible consumption and production, and also goal number 13 is about the climate change mitigation. So there's a requirement, okay? And for energy, okay, if I'm talking about the demand side, okay, if you're talking about to achieve goals number 12, okay, goal number 12 is about the responsible consumption and production. They have a target on the sustainability practices. They need to be adopted, okay, at the national level, even up to organizational level for companies. So energy management is one of the avenue for them to show evidence that they are practicing sustainability. Okay, so the main goal is to show the commitment to meet that goals. An energy management system in particular can be one good evidence that they can meet that element, and by getting certified, they can validate that they are already practicing it for different purposes. For business declaration purposes, for national level declarations to meet some market requirement and all that. So it's not so much on the cost saving, it's more on meeting up their business commitment, business goal that can, of course, can improve their business performance. That's the way I look at it. That's why, if for me, the way I look at it, saving doesn't sell, not really matters. Okay, it's not the main motivation. So if I keep selling, by adopting, by implementing energy management system, and then you can save energy, I'm going to waste a lot of my time. They will listen. That was the start. It's about the climate change and then SDG, okay, to achieve by 2030. All the evidence. And then after that, there's some requirement on the sustainability reporting. Okay? Sustainability reporting based on certain standard and all that. Energy, okay? When it comes to environment, they're really into energy because energy affects the environment so much. So by adopting energy management system, they also can show, that something, okay, in their energy sustainability reporting. Even when they implemented energy saving measures through energy efficiency projects, placing new technology, more efficient technologies and all that, it's all about meeting that reporting requirement. They have something to show in the report. Of course, subsequently, if they are doing that, they will result in energy cost saving. That is the natural effect. But my point here, if you are talking about convincing the market, the top management, the decision makers, all right, energy cost saving is not so much in their mind. Okay, that's why even though you want to so-called highlight the energy cost saving, okay, for me, you should package it, okay, to somehow make it in such a way that will help their business performance. How the energy saving projects or energy projects or energy management system will help to increase their business performance in terms of profitability, in terms of recognition, in terms of image, reputations, acceptance by the market, and all that. It's not so much about, if you keep talking about saving of energy, it's nothing compared to the overall operating cost of the business. Okay, that's for example, on the SDG part. Okay, and then the whole world now is talking about the climate change due to the global warming effect. Okay, effects of global warming. It's February now. We have to maintain the temperature rise on certain level. Okay, and then after that, after the sustainability, SDG documents, and then next what? And then came the so-called the new business practice. It's about no longer about only profitability. Okay, they also need to consider the social effect, environmental effect, and also the governance effect. Now, after that came the term of, they call it ESG, environment, social, and governance. Okay, and then suddenly now, everyone talking about even up to carbon tradings, carbon offsets. Okay, and everything must be quantified now. They started to calculate the carbon footprint. Okay, carbon footprint. Everything matters now because they have everything that will affect the E part, the environment part. And knowing energy, okay, energy if talking about climate change, if talking about due to the so-called global warming caused by the GHG emission, okay, GHG emission or the gases that trap the heat that keep our atmosphere warmer than it was supposed to be. And bear in mind, based on the global data, okay, global data, over 70% of GHG emissions coming from the energy consumption sector, mainly from the industrial sector, transport sector, and building sector. Over 70% globally of GHG emission coming from the energy sector at the demand side. In Malaysia in particular, GHG in Malaysia almost 80%, okay, 80% coming from the energy sector. Okay, interesting. So that's the reason. So that link, okay. So whatever you do to the environment, when you're talking about environment, you can't run away talking about energy. Because energy affect the environment the most when it comes to the GHG emission. And then in 2021, another one so-called global commitment came. Which is that? The so-called the net zero target by 2050. Okay? Net zero target by 2050. In Paris 2015, the SDG document declared in Paris basically, or the SDG document was published, and then also the Paris Agreement, they are talking about maintaining the temperature rise, okay, globally, shouldn't be more than 1.5 degrees C. But after that, with the current so-called trends that the amount of emission of the GHG is become much, much more than projected. And then in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, globally, we committed to achieve the so-called net zero target by 2050 or carbon neutrality target by 2050. The goal is again to maintain the temperature rise at 1.5 degrees C by 2050. So much need to be done. After that, they talk about another one, okay? After that, another target is now we are talking about the energy transition. Energy transition, they are moving towards less fossil fuel, towards minimum or zero fossil fuel. More renewable energy now. Okay, that's why. So all this somehow in COP 2021, okay, in COP 26 in 2021, there was a big statement, from the global community that businesses must accelerate towards achieving the net zero target. Okay, that's why the whole world now is looking into all that more balanced element in the business, not just profitability, ESG now. At the end, towards the end, and also that one will couple together with other initiatives, other commitment to achieve the net zero target by 2050. So energy management is a very integral part of all that. Even though you go towards energy transition with using more renewable energy, doesn't mean you have to waste your energy source after you generated from the much greener energy sources. Again, you have to be managed. Okay, that's why personally, as a practitioner, I can see the trends. Okay, the trends of even company moving towards certification, even in Malaysia, suddenly become more rapid. Suddenly, energy management is being seen, okay, one of the best avenue, cheapest avenue for them to show evidence they are committed towards achieving the ESG. Even I was told by my clients, they personally was requested, okay, being recommended by their so-called ESG assessor or auditor, who the one that can give their ESG score, for them to adopt energy management system to increase their score. Interesting. So my point here again, the reason why company moving towards the ISO50001 or energy management system implementation at their facility, and then to get, even up to get certification, to get certified, mainly for business reason. That's why I think for the last, I would say the last almost 5-7 years, up to 7 years, I'm no longer selling energy management system. by putting up the energy saving as the main selling point. I know it won't work. Even I'm no longer talking about energy efficiency projects, okay? Saving energy is the main selling point for company to go for energy efficiency projects. It's a waste of my time. Okay, waste of my time, wasting of my time. So what happens? So I think I would say, if you want to come to the top management, business people, okay, don't sell saving. Okay, it's a typical engineers, right? Don't you sell saving, you sell technical solution, you sell your features. At the end, save energy. I would say it may work, but it may not work. Most of the time, it won't work. Because technical so-called matters only matters to technical people. But if you somehow package it in such a way that how that solution can help their ESG performance, okay, how the solution can help them into the contributing to the energy transition, how the solution, can help them to give more valuable input in their sustainability reporting. Okay, how energy management or energy efficiency solution, how energy management system, all right, can help, can improve their business performance in terms of recognition, attract more investors, to penetrate more markets, to overcome some other barrier that related to so-called sustainability or green or GHG emission, criteria. Okay, how this can help to achieve the net zero target. Because I can see now after the announcement of 2050, okay, net zero target, there are many companies, global companies, multinational, are announcing their own targets to achieve net zero by 2050 as well, including Malaysian companies like Petronas, Maybank, all right, and other companies. Everyone. Okay, everyone. Okay, that's why. So my point, if these companies started to commit themselves, all right, to achieve that, I think they will impose it to all throughout their whole supply chain, the supply chain management. So everyone has to follow their requirement. If you are their vendor, their supplier. Okay. So energy management, again, I got a client, I have a client. Okay. They are not big user of energy. Okay. They are just a design company. Okay. Just occupying the shop lot, okay, shop lot kind of offices, 3-story, few thousand ringgit per month the bill, but they have to get certified ISO50001. Okay, I was helping them, not helping from the start, but I was giving the training on the. I asked them why you are not using much energy. Oh, this is requirement, but when our client, all right, audited our facility, we got low score on the environment part. So one way, the easiest way for us to show to our score by adopting energy management system. So that's how we are starting now. Okay, I came across with one client, one prospect. I presented this, my proposal. They said now their board members' remunerations is linked to the ESG performance. Okay, now it means a lot because ESG score somehow we determine their investors, how much they can attract investors. Okay, and all that. So my point here again, okay, the reason why companies moving towards adopting energy system is mainly, okay, because of business reasons. Business reasons. Okay, how to attract more investors, how to get more recognition, okay, and then how to enter more markets, how to can continue the contract with the customer, okay, and then how to show themselves compared to others when it comes to the so-called ESG, how be the score, and all that. It's nothing so much about energy saving. It's not, because for me, if you manage your energy well, okay, through the proper management system, energy saving will be the natural result of that. natural effect of that. You will save energy anyway. All right, just like, you know, if you adopt a healthy lifestyle, can you be more productive? Simple as that. You can do many things. That's natural effect. You can save your cost on the medical. All right, it's natural effect. Okay, okay, similar to this. Again, that's why, okay, to my fellow industry player out there, practitioner out there, all right, this is, I just want to share my opinion on this, all right. So if you want to talk to the top management, convincing your company why they should go for energy, so-called management system adoptions. Because I know we are technical people, we know technical better than them, but somehow technical matters doesn't matter to the business. They don't care about the how. Okay, they care, you know, whatever we do, how that one improve the business performance. So we have to package it that way. Saving energy cost saving is normally maybe one of many things in their mind. Maybe not the most important one. Most of the time, it is not important one. Unless their business is very, very so-called energy intensive and affected by any sudden or unexpected so-called changes in the energy pricing, energy cost. For example, in Malaysia, okay, in Malaysia, suddenly they got the ICPT surcharge. Okay, suddenly some family have to pay additional 300,000, few more millions additional on top of their existing bill, and this is why these are the pushing factor. Okay, so that's the natural effect. Okay, so they have to respond to that as well. Normally, if the company is not energy intensive, all right, energy saving won't be their main motivation. Okay, something like that. Even the company is energy intensive, you know, energy intensive, but if they are during good time, all right, during good time, okay, they won't care. They can delay, they will delay, they can delay. But if the reason, okay, if by not doing that, okay, it will affect the business. Okay, it doesn't matter good or bad time. Of course, more reason to do it during bad time. For example, during currently suddenly the energy cost is been increasing, but during good time, because they want to get more business, they will do it. They will do it normally. So the selling point, go beyond energy cost saving. Go look into how energy management system, okay, ISO50001, for example, can help the company, can help the business to get better when it comes to performance, okay, recognition, all right, investors kind of attraction and all that, entering new market and all that. Okay, that's what I can see, what I can share my thoughts on this matter. Okay, how I see how we should sell this. Okay, okay, saving doesn't sell. Okay, saving doesn't sell. Okay, but if that affect the business, it will sell something. It will trigger the mind to look into that, start to consider, yes, I need to have energy management system. I need to manage my energy so-called systematically, because now the way I can see the trend now, anything about carbon footprint, okay, are they coming from energy or others, you know, all must be calculated, must be so-called quantified, okay, for many reasons, you know, for many reasons, to declare their commitment, their what they achieve, and also it can be traded, okay, to get more money, can play around to offset, you know, and all that. So everything must be quantified. So energy, when you have energy management system through a properly so-called standardized approach, okay, you can do all that easily. Okay, because energy is the biggest contributor to the environment part of the ESG itself. Okay, so with that, I hope my thought, you know, somehow something we can think, okay, we can figure out, okay. So saving doesn't sell values that the energy management system can bring, okay, to the company, not just the saving. Okay, values can be more than just saving. Sell the benefits, not the features. Okay, sell the benefits and values. Okay, how do we increase the investors' values, right? Companies' values in terms of all their stakeholders, you know, internally, also externally. How they can add value to the market and all that. Okay. With that, thank you very much for watching and listening to this video. You can give your comments and you can always interact with me. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.